You know, it's not every day that I get to play a game that's universally accepted as a shit game in a series. Mega Man and Bass was not initially going to be a game I was going to be taking a look at, but since a lot of you were expecting a Mega Man and Bass review, I'm obligated to review it. Damn it. But this one is a bit of a doozy, and I'm going to need some help with it. So, we're going to go take a field trip. So, get your gear, let's roll. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.
Hey, you ready?
Who the fuck are you?
This is Mega Man and Bass. Mega Man and Bass was initially released on the Super Famicom in 1998, then for the Game Boy Advance in 2002 and 2003, then later for the Wii U Virtual Console in 2015. Since I don't have a Super Famicom or a way to record off a Game Boy Advance, we'll be looking at Mega Man and Bass on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Had anyone told you that Virtual Console release is the shittier GBA port?
I know now.
Any whispers you heard about this peculiar spin-off likely came from the souls of the damned. They be damned for playing this mega hellhole, due in part to its skyscraping difficulty and borderline fetish for bullshit. Oh, and the GBA port stabs your will to live itself on top of that. Even more fucked up is some of the ratings for this game. Look at this shit from Electronic Gaming Monthly. One of the best action games on GBA. And a great, if slightly derivative, platformer with plenty of replay value due to the collectible CDs. Uh-huh.
Did they even play Mega Man and Bass, or was Capcom bribing them? At gunpoint.
Oh please, guns cost more than pocket cash. Probably just threw the editor a counterfeit 20.
Our story starts off like any Mega Man game where another dickhead comes out of the woodwork and wants to take over the world. Our dickhead in this game is a robot named King, who thinks robots are superior to humans. King takes over Dr. Wily's castle and Mega Man is sent to stop him, while Base is going after King, likely just to take the castle back. And naturally, we have to take on 8 more Robot Masters before confronting King. You can choose either Mega Man or Base to start this journey off. By the way, do yourself a favor and choose Base. No, seriously, fuck Mega Man in this game.
You sure you don't work for Capcom? All this Mega Man hate would make them lush. Bet that paycheck's fat.
When Base encounters King, we get a brief message from Dr. Wily. Raise your hand if you think Dr. Wily shows up to help out Base. Now will all the 10-year-old idiots please put your hands back down because this is Wily we're talking about. No, it turns out Wily created King.
Gotta admit, that's pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah, no kidding. So now we have to slap Wily around too. Oh joy!
When starting out, the first obvious thing about the GBA version of Mega Man and Base is that it's pixelated as hell. But that's not all. Not only does the game look ugly, but it also has something called a massive screen crunch.
When you compare the two versions, first I need to ask why the hell you have 2 versions of this game in the first place, but also you'll find that with a smaller screen, the GBA version limits your view. This means that enemies will blindside you, there'll be outright leaps of faith, and hazards can barely be seen.
How in the devil's butthole did you do that?
I cosplay as Jesus every Thursday. When starting out, you take on the intro stage and then there are only 3 Robot Masters to fight against, with each one unlocking the path to 2 of the remaining 5. Don't you already miss the old method of choosing any of the original 8? Today our Robot Masters are Cold Man, Ground Man, Pirate Man, Burner Man,
And also Magic Fuck, Dynamo Fuck, Tengu Fuck, and of course Astro Fuck. The only fuck we're missing is the one I was supposed to give.
Wait, Tengu Man and Astro Man, weren't they in the last game?
Yeah, but in the beginning of the game, King raided the Robot Museum and stole them back.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, not the first time we've seen this kind of place, where decommissioned robots are stored, but obviously, no douchebag thief gonna care if they went nappy by. Free weapons! Woo!
This world is filled with complete dumbasses, isn't it?
Not as dumb as the ass in charge of the game's difficulty, because holy super fighting fuckballs! These robot masters are terribly imbalanced. Either they're pathetic, or downright cruel. Hello, Burner Man! Can I please have more pain? I'm running out! Ugh. Oh well, at least there's a nice weapon demonstration after each victory.
And when the only good thing in your game is how it shows off its weapons, you know you've done fucked up. But let's be fair, Base does have his benefits as he can dash, fire in multiple directions, and can even double jump. The downside is that he can't slide, which makes him a pretty easy target. As you defeat Robot Masters, you'll be able to buy more items from Otto's shop, and trust me when I say this, you will need them. Even with the items and upgrades, nothing, I repeat, nothing, will prepare you for the onslaught of bullshit that is King's Fortress. The first stage's boss is that annoying fuck on the tether from Mega Man 8, this time accompanied by a monkey. But wait, it gets worse. If you're standing on the platform when you defeat this asshole, you'll most certainly die by falling into the lava.
And that was just one boss. How about that King's Fortress 2? Thanks for reminding me about a better game. This can easily be summed up as fuck you the stage. It's a marathon that has 2 tank bosses with vague weak points, King himself, then King inside the 2 tanks.
The Power Rangers is strong with this asshole.
Even if you bring 9 lives into this place, you're likely gonna waste them all just getting to King, then losing the rest to King without having a chance to take on Jet King Robo. It's bad enough that Mega Man and Base begins with stages of normal hair-tearing length, but then chucks that out the window with a huge end stage for no good reason.
Imagine how different this would be if we had a third dude that actually liked the game talking with us.
I think Mega Man and Bass is pretty cool.
Get out! Bass. Really?
Let me address the difficulty issue as well as why you should always choose Base over Mega Man. I've beaten this to death before, but if you're going to have a hard or challenging game, you better have some means to compensate or reward the player for their efforts.
The item upgrades only help so much in this case, and many mechanics from previous Mega Man games like E-tanks, checkpoints, or even simply refilling energy after death are not present here. So when the game expects you to take on King Fortress 2 with little to no support, that is screaming shit design no matter how you look at it. And that gets me into the advantage of Bass over Mega Man: mobility. Mega Man may have Eddie and Rush Search to help him get health and weapon energy, but that doesn't mean a damn thing if he's barely mobile enough to take on the simplest of platforming in this game. Take the King Plane for example. You're over a bottomless pit while the boss is throwing out flashbangs and destroying the platforms you're jumping on, while at the same time you need to accurately hit it. So if your Mega Man in King Plane decides to destroy a platform, you don't have a double jump to save your ass. This game feels more like a base game than a Mega Man game, and frankly, I don't know what the hell the developers were smoking to make them think that this was a good idea for entertainment. The gaming magazines are equally retarded in thinking that this game deserved any score higher than 40%. Do yourself a favor and throw Mega Man and Bass into the nearest fire you can find. It's not worth the headaches that come with it.
Honestly, I'm just flat out indifferent to this one. Mega Man in Bass has some fun moments, but the difficulty it offers feels too haphazard to appeal to even the most masochistic Blue Bomber fanatic. It's cheap through and through, and it doesn't feel rewarding to finish. Considering it is essentially Mega Man 8.5, I guess it deals no real damage. It's a roadside distraction that does little more than piss you off. Although, an admittedly fun thing to look back on.
And that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been Fawful's Minion.
And Regnilla, wishing you to kick ass, and for God's sake stay away from this game before it kicks your ass. Take care, people.